Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. It was so nice here today in Harvey and in the Chicago area. Very warm, unseasonably warm. And you will excuse me because I'm definitely yawning. I did not sleep the best last night. I don't know why. I guess a lot of my mind, maybe. Hi, Miss Beth. Hey. And let me get my light on. You know, I finally got my light out here. Okay. So I did not make it to cover. There was a debate today for the second congressional, between the second congressional district candidates. Excuse me. I did see that, like, I know Monet Wilson posted about it. But was glad to see the nice dog was rescued. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was good. Wonderful. You know, we shouldn't have to be doing those things because that's what we pay our tax money for. But that's why I said, you know, Lord help us if we wait around for the politicians to do the right thing. You know, unfortunately, our communities would never get any better, would they? But yeah, I didn't really even need to cover the events today to tell you guys who I was endorsing for that race, and the person who's currently in that seat is Robin Kelly. She has been a congresswoman. I mean, not the worst, but whenever we've complained about a whole bunch of, you know, corruption issues and just police brutality, what have you, she really hasn't done much for us in Harvey. So, yeah, haven't been super impressed with Miss Kelly. Let me pull up a list of the people who are running. Oh, WGN had a video, I guess, huh? But let's see how long that was. If not that long, we could watch the video. Man, you guys. Oh, I hope I sleep better tonight. Okay, Mr. Barker, hold on. Oh, okay. You know what? This might work here. This might just work here.
Dive into the race. Alex Sims Jones is a political strategist, the founder of and CEO of APS and Associates. Welcome.
Thanks, Tomas. It's great to be here.
Well, you saw the reporting. This is Jackson's race to lose. Is that right?
It is. I mean, right now we're talking about name ID. And with a father like his and with the work he's done. You know, I heard a couple comments about, you know, did he really earn this? But he's done work that people remember. I live in South Shore and people talk about the metro station. You know, if you can do something that voters can see, people remember that. So I think with his name ID, it's his to lose.
And people remember everything his father did for them as well.
Exactly.
You have candidates who are organizing in the suburbs. Certainly Jackson has that name ID in the city.
Yeah.
Who has more voters?
That's a good question. I mean, I think that what we're going to see is people pick off different areas. When I think of someone like Yumika Brown, I think she'll have a little bit more in Rich, or you'll see Donna Miller have a little bit more in Bloom, and you'll see Robert Peters have some in the Hyde Park area. But Jackson's the only one who can get them all, a little bit of everything, and I think he'll dominate in the city.
Do you think voters will care about Jackson's sentence? He certainly served his time in prison. Will that matter in this race?
No. I don't think they'll care, especially this district. I think, especially people of color, when you look at a district that's 50% Black, we don't trust the justice system all the time anyways, and what we're asking is, what have you done for us? And I think Junior's done a lot. And I think about other candidates who've been through something like this. I think of like Marion Barry in DC. He got reelected for a reason. People remember how you made them feel. And I think Junior has made people feel good.
You could also say the same about President Trump and his supporters who didn't care about his indictments.
Unfortunately, I didn't bring him up, but you're right. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Lots of dark money flowing in. There's that AI group that's backing Jackson, Donna Miller, and the APEC money. Does that matter ultimately? I mean, it certainly allows you to spend more on advertising.
Yeah, it matters because money is king in a race, right? So that matters. But when you have such a large name ID means more than money. So I think that it has an impact on how people run their race. But in the end, I don't think it'll determine the winner for this one. Because if you look at that, the commissioner has the most money, Commissioner Miller. I think Robert might be next, and I think Junior might be after that. And I don't think that's going to be the order of the winning.
Would be a heck of a story. You'd have two brothers in Congress representing areas near each other.
And I think it'll be one of the first times. I think the only people who've come close to that are the Kennedys when they had two people, but they weren't in the same chamber. So brothers is going to be a big deal. And we saw Jonathan win because of name ID. He was also talented, done a lot, but name ID played, and his name isn't even Jesse Jackson. This guy's is. So I think we'll see it.
And there's a little dark money at the end in that contest as well.
There was.
Oh, money in politics.
Yeah.
Alex, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Tonight, we're going to tip
Okay. So interesting.
our hat to Max Bever at the Chicago Board of Elections. He's keeping the media and the public informed as early voting opens at the downtown Chicago super site today. Yes, you can vote. And that is the point.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Actually, early voting has been going on, you guys. I know I'm a little behind. A little bit behind. So, as you heard, they mentioned the big names. Sorry, I gotta check on the. Go. Do you need to go potty? Go do your thing, please. I swear to God, they are like children. Come on, come inside. He's not even doing anything. I don't even know why he's bugging to go outside. Come on, go upstairs. Are you interrupting me just for fun? Sure he is. So as you heard, the biggest name in this race, Jesse Jackson Jr. He was the congressional or our congressman some years ago, before the scandal and before he went to jail. I believe the charge was for misappropriating campaign funds, I believe. So he got into some federal trouble with that. So he's the big name. I can't endorse him just because, as you heard in that report, he's definitely taken money from some very bad corporate entities. And if we're looking to get away, if we're looking to change the machine, I know this is only the Democratic primary, it's not the general, but still, I mean, the Jacksons are not going to bring any meaningful reform or change to the Democratic machine, right? I mean, they're very close to the machine. So yeah, That's just puppy. Stop. Oh my God, this boy. I guess he just really wants to be a part of the broadcast tonight. I don't know. He's super antsy. Okay, now he's gonna pretend to be quiet. Okay, sure. Sure thing, Mr. Puppy. Okay, so let me just pull up. Why can't I find his trying to pull up his D2s here, you guys, just to show you, because this is something that you can do for anybody if you're just curious about people running. Yes, Jesse Jackson Jr. for Congress, right? Shouldn't that be the Sorry, I'm just looking for the committee name here. Hello. Committeeman? No, I don't want that. That's weird. Why is it not showing up? Okay, what if I go back and search Jesse Jackson Jr. Congress? Come on, man. Yeah, I see it right here. Why can't I find the recipient name? So weird. Damn, these people get a lot of stuff paid for with their campaign funds. Yikes. I just happened to be looking up Thaddeus Jones's information. Grr. Why is this not coming up? I'm so sorry, you guys. Just thought I had this here. All right, that's fine. Let's go. I'm going to skip him just because, like I said, it doesn't matter. He's an establishment candidate. That's all that we need to know. All right. Who do you support? That's what I'm going to get to. He misappropriated campaign funds. That's what I thought. Hey, D-Love. Hey. What happened in Dalton? Town hall meeting. Oh, yes, Beth. You should tell us how that went. It's President's Day. The Dalton meeting will be held tomorrow. Oh, okay. Wait, tomorrow night? Because tomorrow night's supposed to be the township meeting. So they're having the Dalton meeting the same night as the township meeting? Naughty. They ought not to do that. That wouldn't be very nice. There's a problem about a large lawsuit. Yeah, which one? Jed's lawsuit? Or whose? the same they shouldn't do that, and they know better. I don't like that. They do that on purpose. That's not very nice. Okay, guys. So anyway, if you're not familiar with this site, if you go to illinoissunshine.org, this site will come up, and I just searched for Donna Miller. She's one of the other candidates. Now, I like Donna in that she, she had invited me to the Equality Illinois gala before. She has tried to answer some of my questions when I was frustrated with the Cook County Board and hadn't gotten a response. So I'm grateful, for that. It looks like in her campaign fund, she has about 19,000 in the committee Friends for Donna Miller. So let's look at her donations. Okay, can you guys see this okay? I can make it a little bit bigger too. This is categorized as a special city council meeting, I believe. Okay. You're saying for Dalton, special village board meeting? No, $30 million. The claimants want to put a judgment lien on Dalton. Oh, who are the complainants? Who are the plaintiffs, Beth? Dalton's going to be in court on Thursday about the lawsuit. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Miss Beth. Way to go. Let's hear for our local journalism people. Woo-hoo! So anyway, Miss Donna Miller, we're going to start with her. So this is some of her people who are donating to her campaign. Okay, let's see. Demetrius. Okay, there's a PAC. IHA. I don't know what that is. Dent, Illinois PAC. Nunbeat Sempat, Sweet Vegan, Ziegler Insurance, JP Morgan. Okay, the big one I was looking for. Oh, SEU, so gave her something. People's Gas. That's a utility. Bally's. Why would, is that like in relation to the casino maybe? Another union. Oh wow, 5,000 from a union donation. But where was, I don't know. I know she had she was criticized for her APAC donation. I'm like, where's the darn APAC donation? Okay, and I see a lot of names. I don't know. Oh, there's Miss Monet Wilson's name. I just don't recognize all the people. But okay, maybe let's look at it. Let's do maybe top 25 donors, and let's see if it shows up there. Okay, now let's go down here. We have Leona. Okay, that's another union, 5,000. Carpenters PAC, 5,500. Another union, almost 7,000. Mike Bloomberg. Oh, that was in 2020, but still, that's kind of random. Comcast. Oh boy, I don't trust those big companies. Gave her about 8,000. Another union, 10,500. Political Education Fund. What's IUOE? I don't know what union that is. Another union, 10,500. Jeez. Cook County Democratic Party. Personal PAC. SEIU. Where is it? Gosh darn it. Well, anyway, I know because I saw it reported somewhere, one of the other media outlets, though, the APAC, the group that supports the genocide in Palestine, donated to Donna Miller. But what am I showing up here? Is this it? No. Illinois State Dental Society. I thought that's what it was. Dental PAC. What's Supreme Solutions? Huh. Isn't that weird? Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up in here. But anyway, okay. So that's why I can't recommend Miss Donna Miller. No to Miss Donna Miller for that. Jesse Jackson Jr. is a part of the establishment. He ain't gonna fix any of the corruption. Willie Preston. I know some people, including Amir, have said good things about Willie. But honestly, I just didn't know enough about him. So that's why he was never a big front runner for me. That's what I wanted to know too. Who's suing Dalton for $300,000? Someone was injured because of a police chase. At first, the insurance company could have paid $8 million, but instead tried to fight the case in court, and a jury decided on $30 million. Oh boy. Oh, I mean, I don't blame people because these freaking idiotic politicians hire police that are horrible. You know, it's very possible that the Dalton police could have done something that was horrible. Hey, Ramona. Hey. There are problems with a known agitator wanting pay for his activism in Dalton. Is that the claimant for $300,000, D-Love? Yeah, that's. I was wondering that too. Yeah, I'm like, wait, what's that one? And then Donna Miller's husband is a dentist. Thank you, Beth. Wow, Beth for the win tonight. You're coming in with all the info. Thank you. I didn't know that. And like I said, she's always been kind to me. I appreciate it because my Cook County Commissioner, Harvey, is not in the 6th district or in the 5th district, but is currently Keisha McCaskill. She hasn't really responded when I've asked for help with specific issues. Or she's responded, but it's like, oh, okay, yes, we know you're concerned, but not like, okay, what are you doing to help? And then we had Monica Gordon before that, who is now the Cook County clerk. She didn't do anything to help any of our concerns. And then before that, it was Deborah Sims. She didn't do anything either. So at least Donna, like she did try to like respond to my texts or my calls. Oh, Yumika Brown. We'll talk about her. And then the last of the big candidates is Robert Peters. And I have decided to support Robert Peters because he has not taken money from APAC or any of the big corporate donors. He was a huge supporter of health insurance reform measures in Illinois at the state level because currently he's a state senator, just like Napoleon Harris. Health insurance issues, reform issues, and the Pretrial Fairness Act, so that the Safety Act, as far as not charging people, not making people pay bail if it's not a violent crime or something. So advocacy for prison reform, healthcare reform, and the most recent thing that was most significant, he's the only candidate in this race calling for the abolition of ICE, not regulating ICE, not making ICE friendlier, because the whole agency of ICE is just not. It's another part of the police state that is not needed. So he's the only one that has publicly made that commitment. So I am supporting Robert Peters. That's my pick for 2nd congressional race. But I just wanted to save a special note for Yumika Brown because her power base is in Rich Township. She is the clerk for the village of Matson. She has a special recommendation, I guess you could say. Beth says, I support Willie Preston. He's spoken at tea with the trustees a few times. Based on what Willie Preston has said, I support him. He has a lot of good things to say about his work in Illinois. Yeah, and like I said, I don't know of anything hugely negative. I heard that he was vaguely supportive of Jedediah Brown at some point, but I don't know if that's still the case. I don't know exactly what's going on. Wait, are these the 2 young men who were involved in a car chase? One died and one is disabled. I believe it was Chief Lacey who did not turn over the body cam, and that's why Dalton was on the hook. Oh, I would like to know that too. And Ramona says, Heidi, love. Ooh, 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 you guys. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, here, this is decent. This is decent. I doubt if he still supports Jedediah Brown. That's good. Yes, D-Love. Thank you, Paul. That's the $33 million judgment against Dalton. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is why you got to get involved, people. Like, literally, corruption will bleed your town, your library, your parks, whatever, dry. I mean, these people, they've got to go. You have the details correct. Something happened to the body cam footage. So bad. So bad. So this CBS2 had done this in, oh, okay, they did update it recently. So as far as the second congressional district, it includes parts of Chicago, some of the southern suburbs, and then also kind of goes down to like Kankakee, Pontiac, Rantoul, Danville. You know how these districts are gerrymandered, okay? Tony C. Brown, nothing really available on her. Yumika Brown. Okay, so this is what she looks like. There's Miss Brown. And like I said, she is, she's village clerk in Matson. And her other significant position is commissioner with the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, MWRD. She says, I've worked to protect our water, improve infrastructure, and fight for transparency and accountability in government. Now, this is really rich. I've built coalitions and pushed for equitable investment in neighborhoods long ignored. But I've also listened deeply to residents, parents, often unheard by those in power, okay? She believes in environmental justice, clean water, safe streets, affordable health care, blah, blah, blah. So that ain't the truth, okay? And I'll show you more about that in a second. Eric France. Oh, okay, there's another one. I don't know much about him, actually. I just wanted to also try to give you guys a face to these people. Okay, here's Eric France. Okay. I wanted just to see kind of like a little bit of like, what does he want to do differently? Work with everyone. South side of Chicago. Okay. All right. Sorry, I don't know him. You know Jesse Jackson Jr. Oh, here we go. Look. He pleaded guilty to misusing $750,000 in campaign funds. Patrick Keating, and he's posted in one of my Chicago Southland Politics Facebook group. He's an attorney and adjunct law professor. He actually lives in Flossmoor, so he's close by. But my problem, I wasn't finding enough real sort of specific policy points, you know. And here it says, no banal slogans, no negative campaigning, no pandering to our worst instincts. But it just doesn't seem, I don't know. It didn't seem like there was enough going on there for me. Okay, sorry guys. Let me see here. 33 million. Smoke signals from the Crook County TV family, wishing everyone well wishes. Hey, Crook. No apologies says, I remember reading about that. D-Love, if a judgment lien is put on Dalton, it will hurt Dalton financially. It sure as hell will. That's why y'all got to get involved wherever you're at politically. Hey, Cook County. Hey, Cook County. And then we have Donna Miller. So we talked about Ms. Miller, who is currently, she's currently a Cook County commissioner. Okay. So this is what Ms. Donna Miller looks like. All right. This is her website. I'm just trying to give you a visual. You know, it's nice to have a face to a name. But like I said, she's out for me, unfortunately, just because of the APAC contributions. I cannot support the genocide in Palestine. That's horrible. Sydney Moore. Okay, no link to a website, I guess. And here's Peters. He was a community organizer, and I had volunteered to actually help campaign for him with the People's Lobby. He worked with the People's Lobby. So he's currently in the state Senate. He supports Medicare for all, expanding Social Security, lowering prescription drug prices, banning ICE agents from arresting people without court-approved warrants. Well, it should say abolishing ICE too, but so that's gonna be my dude. That's my choice. Where is he? This is what Robert Peters looks like. Yeah, let me see. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that quality healthcare, housing affordability, retirement dignity, economy that works for everyone. Investing in our communities, not endless wars. I like that. But I wanted to see. Oh, because his campaign did. I remember they sent out an email. So I'm not seeing it right here on their website, but they sent an email out about that. They wanted to make sure that people knew, hey, this guy is the only one in this race saying to abolish ICE. So that's a big additional thing for me. And then I think that was it, right? Oh, here's Willie Preston. He owns a construction firm. He's also a state senator. That's the southwest side and southwestern suburbs. Let's see what Mr. Preston looks like. Beth says, I like Donna Miller a lot, but the person we should send to Washington is Willie Preston. Beth, but they knew about this for a while, even before Tiffany got out of office. The court papers online. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, no one ever said that current board. I don't think the current board of Dalton is a good board. I don't think that they're doing the best for Dalton. I mean, where are their audits? Where's their forensic audit, right? It's just like the township board. D-Love, they've known about the case. Yep. Senator Willie Preston is from Englewood. So let's look at his website, or just so we can put a face to name. So here's Willie Preston. Yeah, you're right. See, it has it on his page. Born and raised in Englewood. Let's see, what does he have under his issues? Plans, affordability. Healthcare that actually cares, security for seniors, defending Black America, jobs, education, defending the family farm. Okay. So like I said, I haven't heard a bunch of negative about Mr. Preston. I don't think he's the best for the race right now. And then there's this Adal Regis, a former aide to current Congresswoman Kelly, strategy director for Elevate, Chicago-based clean energy nonprofit. Oh, okay, I know Elevate. This is Adal Regis. Okay, let's see about Adal. Born in New York and raised in Haiti. Okay, cool. Talks about Hyde Park, time in Hyde Park. Who are the Republicans? Oh, okay. That's right, because, you know, we may have people vote in the Republican primary as well, but I guess there's only one guy. And, you know, unfortunately, for better or for worse, it said the 2nd District has not elected a Republican to Congress since the 1950s. Oh, it's called the two evil corporate parties, the two evil capitalist corporate parties, you know. But anyway, yeah. So probably not going to happen. But there is one person on the Republican ballot. For me, it comes down to who will speak up for Illinois in Congress, right? These are the questions you got to ask. Yep. So again, my vote is for Robert Peters, but I wanted to give a special walk of shame for I don't know if we call it walk of shame, but oh, look, my bad bunny. Oh, bad bunny, bad bunny, bad bunny. We all know I've been obsessed with him. I think he did have. I was gonna say, look at some sort of body armor. It looked way too bulky because, like, he has nice muscles, but he's not like that huge of a guy. I think so, and it would make sense. Like he yeah, if they could kill him, somebody would definitely kill him. Titi me preguntó. I want to watch that too, but let me go to my channel. I've been singing his songs forever. We're going to go to videos. Let's go to... Wait, we can search them, right? Yeah, let's search. We'll do MWRD. So for those of you that did not know, and we have a petition for this as well, but they're 2 blocks from my house on Myrtle. The MWRD, who is supposed to help manage wastewater and our drinking water, in part because they're cleaning wastewater that goes back into the rivers and the lake and then becomes our drinking water. So it's kind of connected in that respect. They have a huge budget. Yumika Brown, who's running for 2nd Congressional District, she is on that board. It's a very powerful board. A lot of people don't know about it. They have a huge budget, and they deal with wastewater. So they teamed up with our mayor, Mayor Clark, in, let's say, 2019 at the latest. And they started planning on pushing some of our residents on that block right by my family's old church. I'm like, oh, I'm going to start crying again. I was emotional about it earlier. On that block of Myrtle, same block where Jedediah Brown and his goons beat up Amir, and where Keisha Stokes went after me and Amir's daughter and everything. So yeah, that same block. Because Jeb was with Harvey police, they were performing illegal evictions, remember? So this plan came up. Clark said, oh yeah, I want to put in a park there. So we're going to push the residents out. We're going to use eminent domain, even though they'll say, oh no, we didn't, but they did. They used the threat of eminent domain. So especially, these were a lot of elderly people that had lived there for a long time. And I mean, can you imagine? There's nothing worse you could do than to take someone's house for them, especially for a project that we didn't need and we did not want. Beth says, yes, the infamous Myrtle. Like, it's just horrible. We didn't need it. We didn't want it. I'll pull up our... Hey, D, best wishes, Crook says. That's nice, Crook. So if you go to harveyhistory.org and we go to activism, sign our petitions, And you can see it's one of our petitions. See right here. Save Myrtle Homes and Ascension Church campus. Okay. So we got 332 signatures and then plus a whole bunch in writing. So we had probably about 1,000 in writing. So we had at least, I would say about 1,300 signatures. Okay. And we fought this thing for years. We put in a lot of time and effort fighting this project that Mayor Clark and his goons, the 4 Alder Yesmen and others, and the MWRD, including Miss Yumika Brown, were pushing. They were pushing this. So we said, you know, sign today before the mayor demolishes everything. Stop the greed. Stop the corruption. You know, save the old church and save the homes on Myrtle. And you know, and we still want that. Find a way to reuse and preserve the historic church campus, Ascension St. Susanna campus at 153rd Myrtle. These buildings tell the story of more than 100 years of Harvey families, and the craftsmanship found therein can never be duplicated. So this is the old school. That's where my aunts and uncles attended grade school. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh my God, I would love to restore those windows. Yes, I love that kind of work. Beautiful gutters, all that detail that went into it. That building was from the 20s. Here's the main church building, is also beautiful. There's the rectory built in the 50s, the school, the church building again. Oh, okay, I didn't take a picture of it, but there's also a convent building, okay? The roof was just replaced a few years ago. So again, the city of Harvey wants to demolish all this. They don't care. What did I tell you guys in the video about the other meeting? These people don't care about you. They don't care about me. All they care about is money. They look at this more than 100 years of Harvey families and South Suburban families gave their blood, sweat, and tears, you know, to maintain these buildings. And these horrible politicians here, they just want to knock it all down. This could be homeless housing, transitional housing for people transitioning. You know, maybe they were homeless, but we're going to help them get, you know, wraparound services so they have somewhere to stay, and then they could get a job, they get the health care they need, they can get, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Art space, community art space, community shared work, co-working space, space for youth activities, community center space. So there's so many things that you can do with these buildings. They're all solid brick buildings. They need work. Yeah, they do. But there are grants, there are organizations that will do that. You don't just demolish the treasures in your community, but these people do not care. They do not care. Their job is to rape and pillage our communities. Then we said, find another site. If you absolutely want to build this hole in the ground retention pond that we don't need and we don't want, put it somewhere else. We got plenty of empty spots in Harvey. And then, you know, showing some of the homes where residents were kicked out of their homes there. And this was the lovely Poole Tingle family. So just to give you an idea, I just wanted to show you the background for that. Let me go back to okay. So I want to in this video, you can see the difference between the lies being told by Mayor Clark and I wanted to see if I can show you where Miss Yumika Brown was at the meeting that we had, the community meeting that we had, where people were very clearly opposing this project. Okay, maybe that one didn't show it. I know she was there. And as you can see, it was a packed meeting. That meeting was in 2023. They finally kicked the last residents out last year, 2025. So we even had a ton of time to talk about. Okay, there she. I think this is Miss Yumika Brown, the lady running for Congress. Let's see.
Are available. The application that was submitted to the MWRD, the project location was the southeast corner of West 144th Street and Wood Street.
And so I just really want to highlight.
Right, which was not this block where they kicked our residents out of their homes. Oh, here's Miss Brown. I think this is her speaking.
that the district was really trying to be a good community partner and really trying to work with the city of Harvey.
The city of Harvey over the
Really? You were trying to work with
past few years and was driven by their desire to develop a Central Park. So let's tell them that the reason why is because you want to build a Central Park.
I too attended that meeting, and those residents were met with much empathy, much sympathy.
Communication. If we can send a man to the moon, we can do anything. I'm just saying, anything is possible. We can negotiate, we can talk. I just feel like we shouldn't just be thrown to the side. If you don't want the project, that's definitely a conversation that.
Here's Miss Brown right here, Miss Yumika. This another horrible person is she is the president. Carrie Steele is her name. She's the president of the MWRD board. And listen to her lie to our faces. Listen to what she said.
We should have. Now the first, this is the first I'm hearing of Dixie Square, and that's why I'm glad we're having this open communication.
Oh yeah, because she said, well, we should have that conversation basically if you don't want the project. Yeah, they had already decided they wanted to do it, and they kicked all of our residents out. Well, I'll never let them live that down. Okay, they're never gonna live it down.
So we can all hear about other options. You all have the option to say yes or no.
Really? Well, our residents were kicked out of their homes, and Miss Yumika Brown running for 2nd Congressional District ain't gonna happen on my watch. Okay, so that is I wanted to find one of the more recent ones. Here we go.
Can we highlight? Can we take some?
This is a really good one. Okay, so this was, let's see, January. Okay, about a year ago. I was at the MWRD. I'm due to visit another one of their meetings actually, and I was trying to ask the board members about why they kept voting yes over and over and over. They had so many times when we went down there and we presented our petition, and we would email them, and we would post on social media, and we would call, and they had time and time again to, even if they just voted no, even if they weren't in the majority, just to vote no to show that what they were doing was not right and they didn't agree. That's one of the worst things you can do as a politician, is to take use a threat of eminent domain to take your people's homes for a whole bunch of corporate greed. And they never, they all voted yes every time. Hey Gardis. Big hello for Gardis. Gardis, what? Yeah, much sympathy is not enough. Right, Beth. Right, exactly. Oh, I was gonna say, what I could do is what do they have? Crook, you need to get me set up with like a little board so I can be like, and welcome Gardis Watts. We can start doing the sound effects. Wouldn't that be fun? But look at how they responded, and I'll put a special emphasis on Yumika.
You know what? I take point of contention to you singling out the only Black women elected to this board in your comments. Every single one of us has supported that project because it is a good project for Harvey. So you can take yourself and just go.
Oh, and Sepulveda, she's running again too for MWRD though, so she's also.
Parade all you want, but you are not making a difference for Harvey.
Do you think it's good to support evicting our widows? The meeting's over, and I'm peaceful.
I understand.
I have a right to ask my questions.
I understand. She's no longer speaking to you.
That was in the gray dress. That was Miss Brown.
And you have to you can't record in this area either.
The meeting is over.
I understand.
And it's a public place.
You cannot record in this area. We're trying to clear the room, sir. The meeting's adjourned.
So this is how we're going to be treated? Why do we need Trump when we have this? Look at how our own Democrats treat us. Do you support evicting Harvey widows from their homes as well? Do you support our families not having homes?
It's always the cops, and then this guy, he's the huge, he'll yell at you if you don't video, in the little corner where he puts the rope. Such a extremely disrespectful person.
Did you know that the MWRD doesn't even have money to do this project? Ms. Steele, would you like to comment? And as you can see, Ms. Steele, who is the president of the MWRD, has no comment. And you'll recall she told us that our residents were happy to lose their homes. This is insanity. Comment on that? And here's Commissioner Sepulveda, who claims that she is, quote, inclusive and refuses to listen to residents who say, we don't want this project. Did you guys know you're evicting our residents, commissioners, and you didn't even get the money for the project? Would you like to comment on that?
And that's Sepulveda in the white. She's another commissioner.
Harvey widows are devastated. This is a huge bombshell. Commissioners, would you like to comment? You voted to displace them and they did not. You didn't even have the money for the project. Any MWRD employees want to comment?
On protecting the rich.
Our widows are too devastated to be here today. They're in poor health. One doesn't even have a place to live. She's living with her son because she couldn't afford to get a house.
Look at nothing. They have nothing to say. Shame on them. They only have something to say when they want to take your land, your resources, your money. If we don't all come together and stand up, this will just keep happening over and over and over and over.
Commissioner Yumika Brown is village clerk for the village of Matson, Illinois, in the south suburbs, yet she has ignored all of our requests to help and to listen and to stop the taking of residents' homes. That is totally unnecessary. Ms. Brown, we definitely should talk.
She's the one running. Remember, she said, "Oh, I'm helping disadvantaged communities, whatever." Look at. And by the way, she's reached out several times, or has had staff reach out because they don't want me to let people know the truth about this. But she didn't want to talk all those months when we were telling her to stop voting to take our residents' homes.
Do you have any comments on displacing our widows when you know you didn't have money for the project? Any comments? So you all are okay.
So there you go. There you have it. So she deserves special shame for that. What now? No apology says, what are they going to do with the land? I don't know. They say they're going to start construction in the spring. I don't know, but I'm like, oh no, we're not going to let the world forget what you did, because they worked overtime for years. They planned this project secretly for years with Mayor Clark. And even after all the support that we got of people saying, no, we don't want it, they still voted to screw over us and our residents. You should do a video so it can circulate on social media. I should, because that election is coming up in a month and early voting has started. So I know I should do that. Thank you for reminding me, Dilo. I'll write that down. Hi, Jabbar. Hey, Jabbar. So yeah, that's basically it for tonight. As far as tomorrow, I know there's a Thornton Township meeting, so I was going to try to cover that. But then there's also a special Dalton meeting, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna make it a note about that video, video. Because, like I said, at the same time, they're sending out all sorts of stuff. That was the same lady, saying how wonderful she is. And look at environmental justice. How, Miss Brown, how is it environmental justice to kick people out of their homes for a park? It's literally one of the worst things you can do. Okay, I didn't see the link to the video. I know she keeps trying to post videos in some of my groups, and I'm just like, I cannot support that. Can't do it. Si te quieres divertir. Oh, Bad Bunny. I love him so much. Can't stop thinking of his show. That was not environmental justice. You voted for Harvey. Exactly. Yeah. So that's why, these people will literally tell you, oops, okay, they got rid of that group. Someone started like a group chat about a political issue and then decided to get rid of the group. That's okay. But yeah, they'll tell you they're doing something good for you and then do something horrible for you, like like while they're doing, like, it's just, that's why you can never listen to these people's words. You have to look at their actions. You have to look at their actions and hold them accountable. So do not vote for Yamika Brown, please. If nothing else, just don't vote for her. And I wanted to show you guys what else did I. Oh yeah, I'm still finishing. I'm still finishing this Bad Bunny interview, which was very good. Debí tirar más fotos. Oh, look at this. This is so cute. This was what that I've just been like so touched by all these videos, including their reaction videos. This family, they're so cute. With all the lyrics too. Aw, and see, this is the opposite, and I know some people are going to say like that's all. I've heard some leftists saying too, like, well, that's just performative. That whole show, it's not action, and it's true. Like, if we only enjoy a show and we don't take action, like, okay, that's not good. But I think good art is supposed to spur us to action, and then that's why this kind of stuff, like, we really have to focus on and motivate ourselves and remind us of like why are we even doing this? Like for me, Beth, Amir, we don't make money off of doing this stuff. And when we're telling you guys, hey, let's talk about what you need to do to run for office. You can run for office, or you could at least support, good candidates. Like, most people are not, we're not talking about getting involved in this for the money. So why would we do it? We have to have a why. If you don't have a why, it's never going to work, And so that's why I'm going to keep covering Bad Bunny and anything else that I feel speaks to our why. But when you see this family, this react video, it speaks to the joy and just how people are just yearning to be basically heard by their politicians, just basically heard and acknowledged. Because, this show just made people feel like, hey, look, people are listening. They care about me. We talked so and it's cute. I love how like mom, dad, little girl, grandma, grandpa, they're all going involved. It's so cute. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, he's the part that was in Chicagoland. I mean, the part. I mean, which part of this story is he? Where he says, "I never stop believing myself and in myself, and you shouldn't either because you're worth more than you know. Believe me." That's what he's gonna say in Spanish. Let's see how they react. Nunca is never in Spanish. So he said, "I never ever stopped believing in myself. I stand for justice and change," Beth says. Exactly, you know, and we've got to keep our why strong because otherwise, you know, you just get burnt out. And shoot, even if we keep our why strong, we still it's been a heavy few years, you guys, you know. But I really believe I just really believe we're at a point right now where we all have to just take some time and say, okay, let's do a little evaluation. Where have we been? Where are we right now? Where are we going? Let's do some evaluating, some reevaluating, and really get focused on what matters in not only in activism, but in life. You know, when you see this family come together, multiple generations, you know, and you see this man on TV, you know, telling people to believe in themselves, and he gives a little Grammy to the little boy, you know, as a symbol of a younger generation. You know, I mean, what do you think our that's what we need? What do you think our kids do when they're looking and they see this like $30 million judgment against their village? You know, well, mom, dad, well, what's that? What why does our town have to pay that? You know, that speaks volumes to the next generation. That speaks. You know, we shouldn't have to be paying out huge settlements because the cops that our leaders hire are horrible people who violate human rights. Yeah. Yeah, and you know that little girl was listening to that. You know, she sees that like, wow, I really be anything I want to be, you know? And I'm seeing people like me on the street. Oh yeah, and then they had the wedding, and then they surprised us with Lady Gaga. It's funny though too because you know you can tell they weren't like a white family or a non-Latino family because they were like, oh, it's Lady Gaga, but they weren't like a lot of times they show the white family reacts and they're like, oh, it's Lady Gaga. I think it's super excited because right before that he says in the show and he's like, I forget how to say it in Spanish, but he's like, okay, well, this is what you wanted, right? And then that's when like the white lady, you know, comes on. It's like, okay, you guys just wanted the white lady to come on and sing in Spanish or sing in English. Dalton suing or is going to sue the insurance company because they didn't settle for the $8 million. Oh my goodness. Oh, so this is super messy. Okay. Wow. Yeah. And that affects the next generation. You know, I mean, we should be we shouldn't be having these crazy ass problems, you know, like where I'm taking in dogs and figuring out where to house dogs because, you know, like I said, Korean Davis is too busy with her 6-figure salary and city car and primo benefits that we all pay for. But then we have people getting attacked on our streets by stray dogs because they can't even hire animal control officers. Like, our children should not have to see that. Is that the kind of world we want our kids to grow up in? You know, and it shouldn't matter on your zip code. You shouldn't have to say, "Oh, well, that's your fault. Just move to a better area." Why? We have enough resources. There are no lack of resources. Don't ever let anybody tell you we don't have enough resources. It depends on it. It just that there are a few rich people at the top that are taking the resources away from those who need it most, and they're putting it in, you know, in other places, usually to themselves. It's messy. Dalton should not have to pay a $33 million judgment. Right. And until we stop allowing our leaders to make these horrible decisions, unfortunately, we're going to keep seeing horrible things happen in our communities. But I was wondering why the insurance didn't pay. Yeah, that would be nice to find out why. I'm curious about that too. I love the dad. I'm like, oh, I wish I would have had a dad like that. He's very positive. What a fun dad, you know. Look at, oh, you guys are so cute. That's what it's all about. This is why we do what we do. I love how they just, nobody else. Oh, they're so cute. Yeah. Ah, he falls off the building. As we learned in that song, he was singing about New York because I mean, it was fun for the Puerto Rican immigrants, but remember, they were pushed out of their home in the 40s and 50s. It wasn't like let's go visit New York as tourists, you know. No different than our residents were just pushed out of their houses here in Harvey. I mean, it's you guys, this is crazy. Insurance company thought if they went to court, it might be dismissed, but instead the jury voted that there would be a judgment. Yeah, they bet wrong, huh? The insurance company should be required to pay the $8 million. Yeah. Well, maybe they can get it reversed, you know. Hey, Mr. Snore, shh. I'm live. You know, he doesn't care. He's snoring away over here. Oh, yay. They're clapping when he gives the little Grammy to the little kiddo. Oh. I would say, can I just want, I know he's probably like younger than me. I'm like, can he just be my adopted dad here? My father was never around, you know, my mother was a single mother and she did a wonderful job. I had a lot of family, you know, other family. But yeah, like he just seems like he'd be the best dad. I love that. Oh, and then Ricky comes and sings the song about, I don't want to happen to Puerto Rico what happened to Hawaii, where everything was gentrified and the people were all pushed out, and it's now, you know, it's a playground for the rich. I love it. The mom goes, "It's Ricky." It's Ricky. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. Oh, you know, like I said, the kids are watching. They're watching all this stuff. They're watching when our politicians decide to side with people like Jedediah Brown and scammers and, you know, and dirty police and everything. I mean, they really are watching. I should like and subscribe to him just for sharing this video. Yeah, there wasn't even a description, but I think other people. Oh yeah, someone said this is the most wholesome thing I've ever seen. Bad Bunny wasn't lying when he said the world will dance. This warmed my heart. Yeah. I'll leave him a nice comment. Like, subscribe. I did. And then this is the song about the power outages because of the corruption. Yeah, you know, I just checked it. I think the street lights are on again on 154th by me, but they keep going on and off, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he does that awesome dance at the power. Ha ha ha. And then don't forget, as I've learned, as he's saying that you know, blessing to all the Americas at the end, on both sides of him, they have the traditional Puerto Rican musical group, and I forget what it's called, Plena, I think, or whatever. But oh, so beautiful. Okay, so we know they're El Salvadoran. Oh, you can adopt me, Dad. I'd love to be a part of your family. Oh, this is what it's all about.
¡Bravo, bravo! ¡Benito! ¡Estuviste fabuloso! ¡Bravo, bravo, ¡Benito! ¡Gracias por nombrar mi país, El Salvador!
Oh, and she said, you know, they're thanking Benito, and she said, "Thank you for naming my country." You guys, this is so crazy. How could we change the world? I mean, this is just people getting recognized. You know what I mean? Can you imagine as we keep pushing forward and we actually really change how? Because remember, it's got to start locally. If we can change how our cities, parks, libraries, schools are run, imagine what we can do as that power structure, you know, as it goes up the chain. So this is where it all starts, right? It's about community, family, making people feel valued, listened to, supported.
La volviste a amar. Ya te la sabes, Benito, siempre. Drop the mic. I've never danced like this. Oh my God, I'm swearing. Benito, te faltó solamente aventar los rollos a todo el estadio. Es lo único que te faltó hacer, Benito. Te amamos.
Oh.
Solana, dile algo a Benito. Dile, Solana, ven. Ven. Dile algo a Benito. Dile, Benito, hiciste el cantante. ¿Cómo hizo el cantante?
I think he was saying like tell Benito how he sang. What did you think of how he sang? I think that's what he said, right? She said, "Thank you, Benito, for something us." Oh, for singing for us.
Give me the video.
So something about it. I know she said dancing to something, singing to, and then adios was by.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys, that little girl is so good. Oh, but Bad Bunny's Italian roots. I didn't know he was Italian. Yeah. Let's add a comment because that was lovely. Oh, I like this. I've seen a lot of these too. This had me in tears. This halftime show was hands down the best. I've never seen so much pride, joy, and celebration. Keep on dancing. I didn't expect this to make me cry. This is what it's all about. Right. I saw that. Even though I am Black, I got emotional watching Benito's halftime because I know how much it means to the Latino community. Many of the Black community felt the same feeling when Kendrick Lamar performed. We should all be able to accept, represent, and promote other cultures without being disrespectful or appropriating it. Yeah. Oh, and then someone pointed out, you know, that you know, like we're all united anyway. Like this person's like, I'm Black and Puerto Rican, you know. So yeah, what should we say? I'm gonna say this is so encouraging to watch. Thank you for sharing your family's moments with us. Thank you for sharing your family's moments with us. I would love to interview you for my YouTube see. So if you're interested, let's see if we'll see if they respond. Let's see. What does the guy have on his site? Probably not. Oh, okay. Yeah, not that much. Oh, he does do some other stuff though. Let's see. What does Dad do? I'm like, wouldn't he be a cool
¿Qué onda,
dad?
raza? Por si te perdiste los juegos de este fin de semana, estuvieron súper calientes.
Red light, yellow light, green light, nigga won't stop at the lights. No way. Count up rest every day, all day, not by the night.
Thank you. A ver, vamos a aclarar esto de una vez por todas. ¿Quién gana mañana? ¿América o Chivas? Pero... Gran día de fútbol y esas son mis predicciones. A ver, se tiene que decir lo que para mañana, en mi opinión, gran día de fútbol y esas.
He's a big soccer guy, I guess, sports guy. But let's see. Yeah, does he have any contact info here? I don't think so. Jorge Martinez. All right, guys, that is it. I'm gonna very cute little girl, right? It's so, you know, that's what this is about. That's what this is about. Family, being heard. You know, shoot, that's how I want to feel right now. After you saw the opposite, watching when the MWRD came to Harvey, or when we went to them, and you saw how time and time again they ignored us and would look into our faces and lie. And that is unfortunately what we're used to, and we're going to keep fighting to change that. So tomorrow evening, Thornton Township board meeting, and Dalton special meeting, according to Beth. You know what? Let me quickly. Didn't Paul post it? I think Paul posted it. Let me see. I wanted to get a quick glance at the agenda for tomorrow. I think he posted it in the Thornton Township, one of the Thornton Township pages. Okay. Paul says for tomorrow, business as usual, unspecified amounts for unspecified employees going to conferences for the perpetuation of townships. Right. Very well stated, Paul. However, they finally decided to post their first RFP for senior lawn care after no bid patronage contracts for the same and for senior lunches. Yep, probably they'll vote unanimously. No discussions. Probably. Oh, it is in the small room again, which you can hear better, but it's not big enough for the public. There. Okay, so it's at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Let's see. Yep, they vote on the 3 funds, and again, no information released to the public about what they're voting on. Paying the dues for this township clerks thing. Oh, I see. Yeah, conferences. Township lobby day. You know, at this point, I'm just like, get rid of the damn townships. Township academy. Well, at least that's virtual. Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't look like a long agenda. And that was it for comments. Okay, guys. Well, that's it for me, unless you guys have anything else. Are you going to be there, Paul? Okay, you said I look forward to seeing you there. Yeah, let me make. I should be able to be there, but let me just double check really fast. Let me double check really fast. Because I had to get something done in my car today, but I did get it back. Yeah, we had the second congressional debate was today. It's also President's Day. Oh, and tomorrow's Mardi Gras. Oh, we would always have a fun time with my French students for that, because, you know, Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday is the day you're supposed to eat all the fat and the goodies and everything else you're not supposed to eat during Lent. I know I know Louisiana, and you know, anywhere the French were, they'll be celebrating that, and also in I know in probably South America too. It's usually a big deal. Yes, and then Beth did tell us there's a 6:30 special meeting in Dalton tomorrow as well, which again I said, well, why are they scheduling these meetings at the same time? They know they shouldn't do that, but you know, or at least like if they know they're gonna have a township meeting at 6, you know, why don't they schedule their special meeting for 7:30? That would give people plenty of time to do both, you know, but again, these people don't care about you or me or our communities. That's why they need to go. And then Ash Wednesday. Okay, but that's it as far as I don't have any other huge things on the political schedule for this week. So, okay, you guys. Well, again, if you want to say hey, until I can figure out if anyone knows how to link StreamYard to TikTok, because I would like to do that, but I can't figure out how. I mean, I see the instructions online, but then when I go into TikTok, I don't find the place to find the link to that you're supposed to be able to copy, and then you bring it in. So it's kind of annoying. So I've been doing a separate TikTok live after this broadcast every night. You know, again, keeping up that routine for 10 Central every night, and just telling people just to build a consistent audience. And so I will stop by Ryan's Gay Chicago. It's the same name on TikTok. I'll do a little TikTok live tonight, and we'll see. You know, maybe it comes on. And I've met some interesting creators on there, though. It's been a very positive experience. Best is I have to decide which, you know, and they do that on purpose. I have to decide which meeting to attend. Beth or any resident should never have to do that, you know. And it would be one thing, right? Like if, like, let's say this were a meeting in, like, I don't know, Bremen Township, okay, in Dalton. But it's not. It's literally the same people are involved, right? Mary Avant, Valeria Stubbs, probably someone else I'm forgetting. They're Dalton residents. You know, like these they shouldn't be overlapped. They know better, and they do it anyway. Okay. There are going to be more chairs in Dalton than in South Holland. Yep. That's how effed up this stuff is, you know. Yeah, anything else? I know it seems like Paul popped in and everything. I want to give you guys a chance if you want to say anything. Hubert is very thrilled by this live tonight, as you can see. He is ultra thrilled, aren't you? He's very excited. Do you guys like my ring light? You like seeing my face a little bit better? Mardi Gras. So go get your punchkis. Who's gonna buy their punchkis from? Oh gosh, what are the most popular places? Usually, with my family, people either go to Orland Bakery or Calumet Bakery to get those punchkis. But I'm sure there's other places you could get them too. Oh, good. And you know what? I just noticed that one of my TikTok messages was from a guy in the South Suburbs who wants to be more involved. It has been interesting in that, like I said, there are a lot of really creative creators on TikTok. And you know, you get the good with the bad, right? Like there's some people who are just kind of weird and you don't necessarily connect, but then there are others who are very interesting. Not via text. That's okay. Yes, that makes sense. And and then you have other random things like someone who says, "Bebe, ¿de dónde eres?" The guy's trying to flirt with me from I don't know what Spanish speaking country. But that's all right. That happens.
Gracias por esto. Yo espero que lo hayan disfrutado tanto como yo. Esto es por nosotros, por nuestra familia, nuestra cultura. Los quiero y los amo. Gracias.
That's nice. Look, he's so down to earth, you guys. I love it.
Yo espero que lo hayan disfrutado tanto como yo. Esto es por nosotros, por nuestra familia, nuestra cultura. Los quiero y los amo. Gracias.
He was thanking them. He was like, "This is for all of us." Such a nice man. I love the dancer behind him too. He's adorable. Oh my gosh. I need me a cute Latino. I agree. This lady's like, why does he look so good? Stop. Beautiful and joyful light. I'm glad the world got to see it. Yes. Gracias a ti, Benito. Yeah, that's so good. That's what I want to know. Like, doesn't he get burned out? See, I'm an empathetic person, but he definitely really is. This person says, why is this man so empathetic and loving and caring? And he's a Pisces. Okay, I don't get into astrology though, so I don't really know what that means. But yeah, I'm like, whoo, that's the only bad thing about if you're an empathetic person, we tend to take on the pain of the world and we can get burnt out. Oh, I agree with this too. Vincent said, I've never cared about or been more amazed by any other halftime performance as I was tonight. Why would you? It's like most of the time it's just like, it's good music and dancing, but it's like I remember watching Madonna's. I remember a few years ago. I'm like, okay, cool. It's Madonna. It's again quality, it's entertaining, professional dancing. But when we use our art to critique society's problems, and try to bring people together and be confrontational against evil. I mean, it's really, really powerful. I'm in continual awe. Oh, right. Yeah, that's like me, I feel like. How many watch it? There's something more. Like with the frog. Didn't I tell you guys like about the frog? We figured out that even the frog was that he uses, which I was like, oh, it's cute, but like, why does he have a frog? Because it represents some endangered toad in Puerto Rico. It's endangered because of all the overdevelopment. Yeah, I'm like, can we do like a spectacle like this in the Southland? Could we do that? Or like in Harvey? I would love to do that. Just get some of our arts together for these things. I thought we could even maybe we should start doing, it could be just something simple, like someone wants to sing a song, read a poem, do a dance, and pick like a site, or like do it in front of a city hall, or do it in front of a politician's block, or maybe a site where one of the fires happened, for instance. You know what I mean? Like, but just do something like to do our art and film it and share it that way and bring it out, So let me know if you have any ideas about that. I think that could be very powerful too. because I love that. I love him. Ugh. Who would not love that? That's what we need. We need that kind of passion in our communities, and I think people feel it. They're just afraid to let it out. Plus, how the heck is he in such great shape?
How you gonna get
Well, I guess that makes sense. I mean, he's only what, 31? Can you believe that, you guys? He's only 31. I'm like, GTFO, I'm 43, and I feel like, even though, yes, I've been a flight attendant, French teacher, English teacher, real estate agent, I've lived in different places, I've studied in Europe, like, I'm grateful. But when I see what he's accomplished, 10 years ago, they said he was bagging groceries. He's only 30 freaking 1 years old. And now he has like these amazing, because he's an artistic genius. I think in the respect of like, he reminds me of like a Mozart type person, as far as talent, but he has a lot of resources behind him and business and money and like all those dancers and the choreographers and the set, like all that takes a ton of money and time and effort to put together. And people really seem to have their hearts in it too. And I'm just like, I really feel like in our way, the work that we're doing with activism in the Southland and also wherever you live, because I know we have a lot of supporters that live in other places. But I really think that we're doing that same thing, like when we come together and we all bring our own part, our own contribution. That's my vision. I want to see that. I want to see, just like Benito did with that, with his art and with that show and the other things that he's doing. Because don't forget, he also had his residency in Puerto Rico for years. I mean, for however long he had that, where he was bringing artists there instead of going to the mainland. He was like, no, I don't want to do stuff in the US. I want to bring people here. And like, I would love to do, I've been saying that for years for Harvey. I would love to have gay bars here in Harvey. I'd love to have, let's have some Middle Eastern restaurants. Let's have some, I don't know, African dessert place. I'm just like, well, whatever you can imagine, like, let's do it here. And let's bring people to the places that they're afraid of. Let's bring people to the places where we know there's so many wonderful people and businesses and families, but the outside world has decided that we are better served as a place to just, rape and pillage, and that's going to be our job, is to show the world that we're more than that. We're worth more than that, as Benito tells us. He says, I'm here today. Oh, hello there, mister. He said, I'm here, today at the Super Bowl because I never stopped believing it in me. You shouldn't stop believing in yourself either. Believe me, you're worth more than you know. And so hopefully that will inspire us. And now I'm off to my TikTok live. So, ha demain. See you all tomorrow.